was this kid from Coos Bay, Oregon. A kid they said was too small, not fast enough. They called him Pre. A man who caused people to stop and say, I've never seen anyone run like that before.
He challenged the system. Steve Prefontaine, the man they called Pre, was a child of the 60s. He died 17 years ago today.
On Sunday, just a few days ago, we learned of the devastating loss of Kelvin Kiptum.
Saddest thing is in this state. People dropping off flowers, makeshift memorial out front. First thing
has been assassinated. It's official now. The president is
dead. This picture has just been transmitted by wire. It is a picture taken just a moment or two before President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, some 38 minutes ago.
Humans want to live forever. It's in our DNA. Kings and rulers obsessed over finding the fountain of youth and the elixir of life. We now know they don't exist, and we still spend every day searching. We waste the one life we have, terrified of losing it. In dark rooms, looking at bright screens, trying to forget. But even if you spend your days covering your eyes, your ears, trying to forget, death will arrive. Death will find you in the end. And a life spent like that is horrible to watch. And there's only one person who's always looking, who's always comparing how you are to how you could be, who's sometimes disappointed, sometimes proud. You.
I wasn't even good at high school, but that didn't matter. I just wanted to accomplish something. You see, it's pretty easy not to graduate from high school. I did it by playing video games and straight up chilling. Then when I set out to get my diploma, I figured life was gonna get a lot harder. Once you do the hard stuff, it becomes not that hard.
So put on a show worth seeing. Challenge yourself. Fall down. Be better today than you were yesterday. Ignore everyone who wants you to take the easy way out and fall in line. And then when your house is in order, teach others to do the same. Everyone wants to change the world, but no one wants to start with themselves. It doesn't start with others, but it does end with them. Ignore the noise and make yourself proud. And in the end, we will all be thankful you did. We're social animals. We don't want everyone to keep going when we're gone, to be forgotten, disliked, left alone. We can say follow your dreams again and again, but when you get a weird look for posting a TikTok, or your friends laugh when you tell them about how you want to spend your life, it's all too easy to slink back into place. And if you do that one too many times, you'll find yourself stuck. For good.
I originally wanted David Wallace to play Goldenface, but he had to turn it down because it wouldn't look good to people at corporate.
I should have said yes. We all take ourselves too seriously. In the moment, we think everybody's watching us and judging us, but in reality, nobody gives a damn what you do. They're all too caught up in their own bullshit. Life is short. Just do what you want to do.
We think we know what death is. But if you look at your life, and you gave up at 20, and you lived to 100, when did you really die? In the face of real death, you see how stupid existing like that is. The biggest myth is that people are more powerful in death than life. It's in life that you build a legacy. Lost life and death are not the same thing at all. If you hear about a death on Instagram, and one of your best friends dies, it's the same death that took them both. But only one of their lives touched you. Kelvin Kiptum, a kid no one had ever heard of, burst onto the scene in 2 years, the world record in the marathon. All the potential in the world snuffed out with burnt metal and smoke on the side of a Kenyan highway. And now the only time you hear about him is when someone's trying to erase the only mark he ever made.
What are you seeing in the sky right now?
What you are seeing is a man on a mission. His predicted finish time is 2 hours and 13 seconds, which would be under world record pace. He is all alone. His last mile was 4:32.
Falling in line may be the path of least resistance, but it is not why we were put here. Here's my warning. Do that at your own peril. When you're sitting in the hospital, and no number of layers stops the cold, and the silence is only stopped by the beeping of the heart rate monitor, you're gonna think to yourself, I would give anything to make a different choice. But we don't get second chances. Whether you die thinking it wasn't supposed to be like this, or I wouldn't change a thing. So take it seriously. Let the world break you. Smile when you put yourself back together. The alternative is far worse.
Ben Simmons might also be the weakest, most pathetic excuse for a professional athlete we have ever seen in not just American history, but the history of sports. I can't think of a professional athlete that has come across more pathetic than this man.
There's a man in the woods, and he's always watching. Whether you're with your family or in bed, whether you're living your life or someone else's. And one day he will come to collect what you owe him. That's terrifying, isn't it? How can you live knowing that's the case? Knowing he could come for you at any minute. To that I say, instead of looking over your shoulder when you're at dinner with your family, or you're on a flight, or you're in the hospital, give him a seat at the table. Buy him a ticket on the plane. Get to know him. Despite what you may have heard, he's not as scary as he seems. The only thing he is, for certain, is always there. Accept that, and live a life you'll be proud of no matter when it ends. He will be there when you cry so hard your stomach hurts, or when you get news so good your fingers tingle. He'll be there when you're so tired your bones ache, and even you can't believe you're still working. When things are hard, and especially when they pay off. You will be more shocked than he when the people who doubted you are the most happy you ignored them. Because he's seen it before. All of it. And whether he's right next to your wife and kids and you're 90, or you're 24 and you gave every day everything you could give it, his phone will ring, and he will look more sad than you do. And you'll smile and say, "That was pretty great, wasn't I?" And he'll nod. You really were. And it'll finally dawn on you that he wasn't there because he needed you. He was there because you needed him.
He's waving to the crowd, kisses. An amazing effort by Kelvin Kiptum for a new world record at the Bank of America.
Performance made winning seem inevitable. Prefontaine now stating his case as he goes in front. Cuttyman's covering the two leaders. Gamodi, the Olympic champion, fourth. And Ian Stewart still making no move.
Stop and think about just how, not only how good we have it, but what kind of a system we live under, what freedoms were allowed, and that wasn't built overnight.
With our courage and understanding enlarged by this achievement, let us press onward in quest of man's essential desire for peace.
I lied earlier. There's someone else who's always watching, who's always comparing how you are to how you could be, who's sometimes disappointed, sometimes proud. He is.